Hey guys, welcome back to another session about for me giving advice. So this time I got asked the question, how to move forward after leaving a toxic or dangerous situation. Well, first of all, if you're in a situation like that and you finally were able to step away from it, kudos to you because were able to get away from something like that. A lot of people don't have the ability to do that. A lot of people will just stay there. They won't even move. They won't even see a chance for a future or for something better. So the fact that you were able to get up and step away from it or get away from it is a big step. But now the question is how to move forward. So since you were in a toxic situation or whatever it was for you, you have to think that all we have to understand about that is that you were probably there for a while. So you adapted because we as human beings, or human beings in general, adapt to their surroundings. They adapt to everything, even bad things. And we tend to rationalize them in order to survive. So, in order to move forward from it, the first thing you have to do is be able to tell yourself that it wasn't your fault that you were there. It was not your fault in the first place that you were there. Sometimes there's a lot of reasons why one can be in a toxic situation. Sometimes it could be because you're in love, or because you feel like you need to be. Sometimes for other people, it's the fact that you have to. It's because of honor. It's because of dependency. It's because of a lot of the reasons. So the first thing you have to do is be able to look at yourself in the mirror and tell yourself it wasn't your fault. That's the first thing you have to do in order to move forward. The second is the hardest. It's finding something else that makes you want to get up and want to go and want to do. It's something exciting that makes you want to go out there into the world and make a change or be different. Because this thing is going to break you apart or break apart that attachment that still lingers on to that situation. Because yes, you did the first step and you were able to get away from it. But now, as anything, we become attached to things like that. So there are still little lines and ties from that situation to you. And in order to break those, you have to be able to go explore or see other things differently or see things out there. You have to find something that gives you the will to get up in the morning and say, I'm going to go do that today, and it makes me happy. That's step two. Step two can be the hardest because we go through a lot of stages before we can get to step two. And even if we do say step one, sometimes we'll be able to do step one and we won't even be okay because sometimes we don't accept it fully. So we have doubts, and doubts cloud our head before we can even say, okay, let's do step two. So don't feel bad. Don't feel like you can't move. You're going to get there, but you have to keep moving. You have to keep telling yourself it's not your fault. Then you have to be able to say, today is the day that I go do something else. And I make a change, and I make a difference, and I make a change for me. And step three is also hard. You learn to forgive the person or the situation, or forgive whoever you believe or don't believe is at fault, or whoever was there in that situation with you. Because as humans, we like to blame people. For example, if I get into a car crash and I'm not the one driving and someone else is, I'm going to blame them if something happens to me. But the fact that I'm blaming them and I never let go of that hate or hatred or anything won't let me move on from it. So if I'm able to forgive that person, I'll move on and I can let it go and I'll be free. In that kind of situation where it's toxic, if it's a partner situation, then you learn to forgive your partner. You tell them, I forgive you for what happened or the way things were. If it's work or whatever else, you learn to forgive yourself. Tell yourself you're sorry. I'm sorry that I couldn't see what I was putting myself through. But you have to be able to forgive, because without forgiveness, you can't move forward. There's no way to move forward. So, 3 simple steps. That's what I say, at least. 3 simple steps with long, long roads. But they're not impossible. So remember, the first thing is get up, tell yourself it's not your fault. You don't have to apologize and say, I'm sorry, but you have to tell yourself it's not my fault that I was in there. That's step 1. Step 2 is find something to do that makes you get up and is worthwhile for you. Step 2 is about you, finding something for you that makes you happy to do and makes you get up and do. And step 3 is being able to forgive whoever, whatever, even yourself, for the situation you are in. So for whoever this is out there, it's advice, try these 3 steps. And I bet that you can move on. And you can move forward from this situation. Or move forward after taking the first steps of walking away from it. So technically, it could be 4 steps. For people who can't walk, who haven't been able to walk away from it yet, the first step would be to walk away. The second would be to look in the mirror and say, it's not your fault. The third would be able to find something that makes you get up in the morning and go. And the last one would be to forgive. But since the question was based on already being able to walk away from it, it's only 3 from there. Alright? Well, I hope this advice was good to everybody. If you have any questions, any other questions you want me to give advice on, please let me know in the comments below. And please subscribe. I'll be trying to post more videos up. I know it's a little hard, but I am kind of in the middle of a lot of things right now. But I'm still trying to find the time to make all these videos. Okay? See you next time.